I do not want you going to that drive-in theater anymore.
Hey everyone, my name's Goldfire Prime, and welcome back to the show. So, it's been yet another hiatus. Don't worry, I'm fine, and I'm ready to make videos again. Today we're going to be reviewing the Transformers Rise of the Beasts Bumblebee. This is a figure I really wanted, which is why I made the bold decision to get this from a talking dolphin. So we start off in his off-road 1977 Camaro mode, and just like McDonald's, I'm loving it. But one thing that I gotta say is that the tolerances aren't very good, which is why the hood looks all tweak. All that aside, he's still fabulous because you got some nice racing stripes, cute little Autobot logo, translucent blue windows, and he has Z28 molded on his grille, so very nice attention to detail. And also, coolest part about the vehicle mode is the bumper and the roll cage. They are removable, so if you want, you could give him 07 movie look. But of course, one question remains: can he roll? Alright guys, the moment of truth. And not so good. Alright everyone, now it's time for transformation. So the very first step, of course, is to take off his accessories. And then what we do is we fold up the wheels like so. Fold this down. And then you push it down like so. And that part, like, it's what I mean when I say like the tolerances aren't that good, because it just feels too tight. Some parts, they just almost feel like you're gonna break them. But anyways, then fold the wheels like so, and then you open the doors, and they are made of clear plastic, but don't worry, the plastic on this guy is pretty strong, even the clear blue stuff, so thank Primus. Do the same for the other door, and then you untab the arms like so, and then you get to rotate them up into their proper orientation. Do the same for the other arm. And then the next thing you want to do is you untab the legs like so, and then you grab this entire section and you hinge it about like this until you have enough clearance to rotate the waist. And then you fold this down like so, and situate the legs. Oh, and of course, fold down the feetsies, and then you fold this down, and here you have Rise of the Beast Bumblebee transformed in his robot mode. So here is Bumblebee in robot mode, and one thing that I like about this figure, and this kind of goes with the vehicle mode as well, is how this figure, it really reminds me of how Transformers were made back when I was little, during the Dark of the Moon days, and that's one of the reasons why I really wanted this figure. But he does have his flaws. He ain't perfect by any means. So his head sculpt is really nice, and like the sculpting in general like the sculpt wise and design wise, it is pretty movie accurate. But one thing that I don't like is how he is lacking in paint, because I wish there was like more silver on the limbs and on his face. And he does have light piping, just like a figure back when I was littler, but it ain't really utilized because they just like painted his eyes.
Bruh.
Like, I really hate when they do that. Like, I could understand if they do that if like they accidentally mold the clear part in like the wrong color, but like I don't understand why they did this here. But one thing that's really cool when it comes to paint apps is he does have this really nice Autobot logo. I really love when they paint the Autobot logos red instead of that boring silver on the back. Yeah, he does have kibble. Like, he does have like a bit of a backpack, but that's something that like pretty much every movie Bumblebee has, so it doesn't really bother me too much. So let's move on to articulation. So everyone, for articulation, Bumblebee has, I believe, is like a ball joint or maybe a swivel on his neck. It is pretty stiff, and since part of it is clear plastic, I don't want to force it, so yeah. And he has ball joints in the shoulders, and he has universal joints on the elbows so they can swivel about and bend up and down. He does have a swivel in the waist. It is a bit impeded because of the kibble, so I can't really demonstrate that. Ball joints in the hips and swivel in the hip as well. And here's another gripe I have with this figure, is how the knees, for some reason, they're on ratcheting joints, but like they're really tight. And they're so tight, in fact, that if you look closely, you can see a bit of like a stress mark around the knee area. So I ain't gonna move the knee anymore. And he does have a ankle tilt, which is on a hinge, and you go forward and backward. Oh, and also on this arm, only this one, he does have a wrist swivel. Now let's move on to accessories. So for accessories, or should I say accessories and a gimmick, we'll start off with the gimmick. So this is really, really cool. So his arm right here, it could actually transform into his blaster, and that's like amazing. Like, man, this is what I mean when I say like this figure, like it takes me back to the good old days of Transformers, back when like they were more creative and like they didn't focus too much on accuracy. Like, they could actually be fun toys. And another thing to prove that statement is his accessories, which are pretty much the roll cage and the bumper. This could become a shield. There is a peg on his arm, like so. And yeah, it doesn't really like look like a shield. I mean, it can't really like deflect anything because like there's holes in it, but still pretty cool. And best part is his bumper. It could turn into a pair of daggers. And for size comparison, here he is next to the original 2007 classic Camaro Bumblebee, the very first movie Bumblebee figure. And as you can see, 16 years of evolution. now it's time for my final thoughts on the Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. So, this figure, as I previously mentioned, I like how it actually has gimmicks and it ain't too focused on just like accuracy. Like, it actually is fun to play with and it's not boring like a lot of Transformers nowadays. And of course, he is not perfect. Like, I believe I look past those issues probably because like it's Bumblebee and also like he has pretty cool gimmicks. And if you could look past those issues too, then I recommend this figure. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know and my new videos, because I did got another Rise of the Beast figure, so you don't want to miss out on that. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.